Welcome to P3 Radio.
The monkey only dances as good as the guy grinding the organ handle.
Brother.
I fly, bro. That is never stopping.
Truck goes to Dwayne.
Cool story, bro.
Footy pajamas.
Hey, genius, it's 2 p.m. Central.
PG3 Radio.
Here's your host, Josh Riley.
Get him off pig, Freddy.
Get him off pig.
Richard Mullican.
And as I put you down, my pants ripped.
It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P3 Radio. I'm Richard Mullican, joined by my co-host, the man that can feel the beat of the rhythm of the night and dance until the morning light, the 1983 Mr. Dixie Youth Grand Champion and best friend Josh Brawley. Say, hey, Josh.
I am smelling like a rose that somebody gave me on my birthday deathbed. Richard Lee, how you doing this week?
I don't know why.
I'm gonna do the whole show like this.
We're in a little bit of a time paradox, Josh.
We are.
Yeah, so this week is going to be released next week, and next week's show comes out tomorrow that we recorded last week.
Yeah.
So
you say?
next week when this comes out, some of the material may be dated. I mean, it'd definitely be dated. It'd be like a week old. But right now, you know, we've got 2 episodes that came out last week. Our 2 episodes we recorded last week. One comes out tomorrow that we recorded last week. And then the one we're recording this week comes out next week. All that to say, when's my father coming back?
I was just going to say, man, I got a secret to tell you.
He's not.
No, I got an even better one.
Before, we did a previous take where I insulted your penis. I said that, you know.
And then I threw a drink at you, and we had to take a pause for about 30 minutes.
I said,
No, I
said the man who has a penis like my father is short and emotionally dead inside. And then you said,
I said, you
said
better be
something.
careful. Your head looks like a tit. He may jump out and fucking talk to you.
And I said, my dad?
In your
He was a
dreams.
boob man. Yeah, I said I had a picture. I said I had a picture, and you're like, of what? And I was like, of my dad. And you're like, I know that's a lie. I was like, yeah, I got headlights. That's about it. That counts, right?
Taillights.
Taillights count.
It was headlights. He's trying to run me over.
I don't want no son.
Look, I'm not financially stable enough to handle the responsibility of a child, Gwen.
At this point,
I'm just going to have to leave.
At this point, a small coffin is more affordable than 18 years.
Than 18 years of school and pants.
That's terrible. Small
shoes.
coffin has to be the worst thing I've ever said on this.
That's tiny coffin.
Tiny coffin.
He's small enough now, it wouldn't be that much.
Yeah, we can build it.
Oh, man, now we're going into the dark places.
Yes, my Undertaker.
Oh, man.
Oh man, but
Oh,
yeah.
good thing you ran off, huh?
Instead of running me over,
Instead of murdering
I would
me.
rather my father ran off than to run me over. If you're asking, yes. But yeah, we're in a bit of a time paradox. Like,
I'm just gonna tell you, man.
Time paradox.
They would have never known if you wouldn't have told them. We could have just carried on. Like right now, you're back from vacation.
yeah,
Your
and
blood
I haven't
pressure.
been yet.
Your blood pressure's sky fucking high right now. Like you're like thinking about going to the doctor tomorrow and calling into work.
Well, I went today to get my medicine refilled, and they said my blood pressure was good. I've lost 30 pounds since my first.
Now you talking
since
about
May.
like in the future today or legit?
Legit today,
Oh,
I've
okay.
lost 30 pounds from when I wanted to lose 35. It just didn't work out that way.
I think you can actually do like a wrestler's weight cut before you get in the car tomorrow to leave.
And lose the 5
And,
pounds.
yeah.
be half dead on the
You'll
way.
be golden, man.
Just
Hey, well, you won't have to
sweating my
drive.
balls off.
You're like, baby, if I drive, I'm a danger to the
I
children.
actually enjoy driving. You don't like driving?
No.
I love driving.
Lord, no.
I get car sick too easy because if I'm not driving, I have to look at everything. You know what I mean? Because I can't just watch my phone or something and see the car movement out of the sides of my eyes. It messes me up.
Dude, I can't relate to anything you're saying.
Well, I mean, that's just the way it is. Like if I was to
So
sit there and look at a
watching
phone,
the
if I look at a
things go
phone
by-
for too long and my peripheral vision gets the motion,
Yeah.
it fucks me up.
You have anime vision, it fucks you up.
No, I think a lot of people are like that though. You'd be
What I
surprised.
meant by anime
people.
vision, like where it focuses on one center
Like
thing. and you
Speed
got the-
Racer?
Then you got like the flashes going on the
Yeah.
other side.
Ma,
That fucks
ba,
you
ba,
up.
ba, ba, ba. Yeah, Speed Racer.
Damn, man. That
I
must
never-
suck.
Yeah, I mean,
Need to tint your windows.
I really think it's because when I was younger, my eardrum burst.
When your daddy smacked you before he left.
I'll just leave. Don't press charges.
I'll just leave. Don't. That sounds like something you've said before. I'll just leave. Don't press charges.
No, I just left and didn't wait for the Chargers, brother. That's what I did.
No, I don't know. Ever since then, like I remember going to Liberty Land with my mom and James and them. And my mom, this was back when she used to ride the roller coasters and everything with my cousin Angie. Well, I was like 14, 15 years old.
And a pussy, because I wouldn't ride it.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't ride the roller coasters, but I rode the spinning things some. Like, I rode the Scrambler and the
You know, like the little cups that you sit in.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
Well, the teacups wasn't bad. Not the... I'm talking about the ones that spun.
I was just making fun of you.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I do.
So, the Rock and Roller Coaster, the
I
stuff
liked
on the...
that one because they played like Pantera and shit.
I rode... When the fair was here, they had that Spacetron 2000 thing.
You talking about the Gravitron?
Gravitron, where...
Yes.
But I rode it right next to where a hole in the floor was. Like, you could see out and see stuff spinning, and it fucked me up.
Oh,
But
God.
it did. Like, I could see stuff spinning, like... But anyways, yeah, I remember they had this ride. It was like spider legs. It was 8 like legs, and they had like 3 carts on each one.
Yeah.
And they'd spin.
That'll fuck you up.
And I got in that cart with my mom, and he goes, "All right, enjoy the ride." And he spun it. And I looked at my mom, I was like, "Oh God, why did he do that? why did he do that? Why?"
Nowadays they call that the tornado.
Oh, is that what they call
Yeah.
it? But yeah, I mean, I'm usually good for about 3 rides, and then I'm
It's too much.
fucked for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Unless I take something like Dramamine or something, but then I'm tired and cranky.
You've went to the doctor so much, like you're basically a doctor. I don't know what you just
Do you not
said.
know what motion sick medicine's
No.
called? Yeah, Dramamine.
I told you I've never had an issue.
You've
with
never
that.
had motion
No.
sickness? Well, I can't wait for you to do it. I wish that on you.
Oh,
I wish
thank you.
No, motion sickness and seasickness is pretty much the same thing. It's just that motion feel. If you got on a boat, you'd feel it.
I've been on mini boats.
No, I'm talking about a ship, like a big boat. You ever been on a ship, motherfucker?
I've been on the fucking.
I mean, I know you're a piece of shit, but haven't been on a ship.
Me and Uncle Danny, sir, and Granny and
Mr.
Grandpa.
Uncle Danny?
Mr. Uncle Danny, sir. His 69th motherfucking birthday was 2 days ago.
Your uncle?
Did you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle
Oh,
Danny.
wow.
Yeah.
I
69.
didn't realize he was that old.
Wine 'em, dine 'em, 69 'em.
I think he's to the age we could take him.
No, I swear to you, I still wouldn't challenge him. That motherfucker would have your eyeball.
Yeah, I
out
was gonna
before
say
it was
he
over
would
with.
go
I
for
mean,
the eye.
Boom, it's over with. It'd be like a minute.
He'd go straight for the eyes.
That's it.
That was one thing that Kevin Nash said in a shoot interview when he had that fight with his son on Christmas Eve. He said he had always told his son to go for the eye if he had some like bigger guy in a fight. He's like, that's always the ultimate equalizer. He's like, so the first thing I feel him do is going for my eye. And I'm like, he's like, as angry as I was kind of proud. Like, he listens.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, yeah.
What a fucking douche.
Who?
Kevin Nash gonna fucking fight his son.
Well, I
or
think
get
it
in
was
a situation unless his kid was drugged up or something.
Well, you know how sometimes the kid'll, when you get a certain age, you want to challenge some people, not everybody. I didn't have that experience.
I was gonna say no, not at all.
I just sat outside waiting. I'm waiting for you, old man. But no, like, yeah, I mean, a lot of people have that, testing my limits. I tested my limits with my mom. I just never thought about fighting her.
And she
you know what
busted
I mean?
my eardrum like I was talking about earlier, and that was it.
She cupped it. That little thing
She pipered you.
But no, man, like, I don't know. I get motion sick. It sucks. And I've never tried Dramamine at an amusement park. And when I go to the fair now, I don't ever ride rides because it's like astronomically high. So
$20 for a bracelet. You know how many porno movies that is?
you still pay for those?
No.
I was like, damn, that business had to go to hell in a handbasket, didn't it?
I know it's all dildos and fake pussies for the shops now.
Well, I'm
I
sure
think
people
that,
buy them.
You know,
like
we
truckers.
talked 2 weeks ago now, but it was, like it was last week in reality.
Was it last week?
Yeah, last week was when we talked about it. But
It's tomorrow's show.
oh my God,
This is why I'm confused. The show that comes out tomorrow or the show that came out last week?
last week.
Physically
2 weeks
last
ago.
week.
2 weeks
2 weeks
ago
ago
now.
from here, from
Yes.
this show.
The last recording session
204.
that we had.
204 or
Which was
205? This is 206.
205 live.
205. Okay.
No, 204.
See, now you're confusing me.
But you asked me, you were talking about Woman Times 4 and what
Oh,
website
yeah,
it was
yeah.
on, and I talked about the law, the
Yeah,
new law
yeah.
that if you don't credit the creators and all that, then they'll take it down or whatever. Well,
Really?
like,
When did that become a law?
right before Trump got out of office. And it was. They said that Dana White was a big pusher because it was all like they umbrellaed like streamers, illegal like posting of videos
Yeah.
and all this other shit under the one thing that they passed or whatever.
Huh.
But pretty much like that little law that benefited like the UFC streamer or Dana White against the streamers and stuff also made it fucked up for porno sites, like because
It was just like one of those things. Like,
it
just happened to be another thing that just fell under the umbrella. Is that what it is?
Yes, and see, less than a week after that law passed, every pretty much porno site that I go to started taking videos down that wasn't credited to the creators of that content. Like it's a legit law now, and so I think now, websites like the sex store is going to be passe. Besides like I said, the dildos and the fake pussies.
Right.
That's it. And everything else is going to be just like still illegal because you can't stop everything.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing about it is, the other day, speaking of which, I had a Facebook notification that said UMG has released their copyright. I'll read you exactly what it was. I had a notification that said UMG released their claim on your video. And I was sitting there going, I didn't know that UMG had a claim on one of my videos. Apparently, there was a copyright claim on one of my videos, and I was like, now I'm interested.
On Facebook?
On Facebook. And it was from 2014, November 27th, 2014, and it was my daughter who was like 1 year old. Here, I can't find it on, I can't send it, but this is what it was. It's just,
Your daughter singing to
yeah.
who's that? Katy Perry.
It was Blank Space by Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
And she was just singing to that. Because she liked pop music back. It was just, pop music's for kids.
She was one. She didn't know better.
But she would listen to those things on the tablet. She just loved
Yeah.
the music and the dance and stuff. So, but yeah, I didn't know that I had a copyright claim on my Facebook page. I didn't even know
They
that was a thing.
copyrighted a fucking 1-year-old. Is that
Singing.
some bullshit?
And you couldn't see a video. You just heard the music in the background, and the kid was singing to
And
it.
little kid singing in
Yeah.
front of the camera.
And I heard what happens is, like, anytime they monetize those, they'll throw a claim on it just in case you make money. So if you do, they can get their cut of it. But I didn't make any money off that as far as I know. Wouldn't it be awesome, though, if I found, like...
Oh yeah, if you found a way to make more money, you got
No.
richer than rich.
If I just logged... Well, like, if you go to my
Instead
YouTube...
of 2 commas now, I got 3.
So every day I'll get a new hit for my YouTube. I have that YouTube page that I really don't have much on it. And I think it's just the Mullikins. If you type that in and search on it, you'll see my picture there. But look how many subscribers I have.
Yeah, that's awesome.
965. And all I have is like one wrestling match with me and Poker from Memphis TV. A couple videos of my daughter singing. Black Time boxing and bodybuilding announcements. Old wrestling stuff because that's 9 years old. All this stuff on here. But the thing that drives the most is this one, which has 595,000 views. This is my daughter crying.
Yeah.
And it's like, everything else pales in comparison. But I always thought it would be funny. It was like, what is the random person that just... Because every day I'll get a notification from somebody going, oh my gosh, that's precious. Every once in a while I'll get somebody being a dick. And it'll be like, stupid baby needs to shut up crying, I'd put my boot in its face or something like that. You have people that say that shit.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'd love to just smack the shit out of these. These are the people that are stupid on the internet that you just want to smack. Like, how can you look at this baby crying and then make a comment like that?
I'm going to say you don't need to be famous because that's like
Oh, yeah, that's
1,000 million times worse.
And I can see why people like
Lose
that
their
are
fucking
that are
shit.
famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see where like they could take somebody trying to razz them a little bit, just joking, as like fuck you, you know, because they hear it all day. You know, like you're a cokehead, and you probably don't deserve life. It's like, where are you pulling this from? So you'd be surprised at the arguments that video had started. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah. I don't know where we got. We were talking about this before the show. I don't know where we got to this, but you saw the trophy over there. I've been cleaning.
Yes.
I've been cleaning out my wood shed one more time.
Is this your only trophy?
That's the only trophy I ever
That is so sad. I took home 5 plus a
You
crown.
were too young to remember.
Plus a crown in one fucking night. I was crowned a king.
They just felt bad for you because you were cross-eyed.
No.
Give the cross-eyed kid the crown. He'll watch you put it on his head the whole
was
entire time.
I was Tennessee's sexiest baby for 1983. Are you serious?
Somebody in '83 was like, I really want to fuck that baby. Put that crown on him. That sounds like the most pedophilic
Miss Freedom will
contest
put the
ever.
crown on him.
Does it not?
That's so fucked up.
Which
Like, I
one
know
of these
it's me,
babies?
but I can't- I
Which
can't-
one of these babies would you do? I'd do that little cross-eyed one over there. Well, put the crown on him, Jerry.
Put the crown on him. See where it goes.
It's fucked up that I said Jerry. I didn't mean no relation.
Oh, wait.
No
wait.
relation.
Are you talking about Calhoun, Lee Lewis, or Lawler? Or who?
I've never heard anything like that about Calhoun. Was he? Did he go after young people?
What are you saying? The other two, what? What about the other two?
No, I'm just saying I never heard anything about Calhoun. Why'd you throw him in there? Just because his name was Jerry?
I hear Lawler is a tree expert.
What?
You don't remember that message at all?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah, that.
enough for the innuendos.
Yeah.
This right here, what I'm holding in my hand,
It's a trophy.
1998.
It's the saddest trophy ever, too.
Model Bridge Building, West
So-
Middle School Technology class.
I got that in 8th grade.
You
Didn't
did.
know I was going to get it. It was one of those things we had technology in like first, you used to have those like 6 weeks classes throughout the year. And 6 weeks you had PE, 6 weeks you have music, 6 weeks you'd have art, 6 weeks you'd have PE again, and then 6 weeks you'd have, you just rotated every 6 weeks. Well, one of the first
I
6
vividly remember having PE every fucking day, and the other one's rotating in 6 weeks.
maybe that was it. Foreign language.
I had to deal with Coach Exum every fucking day.
But
Come on.
But you might have had PE every day. I might have had it. I don't remember. But I remember we only had that class every year, once a year for like 6 weeks.
It was
And we had that early.
something technology. What was
Principles
it
of
called?
technology.
Principles of technology.
No. Maybe that was it.
That
I
was
don't-
it.
But
Miss Kiefer's fine ass was the teacher. Whew, man.
oh man. Anyway, she
I chased her
she
around
wasn't.
like a broke dick dog.
Would you hit the Hootie? The
I'd
Blues
hit Hootie
Traveler.
and the Blues. I'd
Blues
hit Hootie
Traveler
and the
on it?
Blowflash and the Blowfish on it.
Jug Band.
Oh,
That's what I was meaning. Like
oh my God!
play the Jug Band on it.
Blue Moon, oh, Kentucky, keep on.
Although she's probably like in her 50s now. That's probably right
Oh, that's
down your
prime
alley.
meat for me. That's blue package meat for me, brother.
Like fine wine, just get better with age. Oh man, but no. So that was early in the beginning of the year. We built a bridge that held more weight than anybody
Well,
that
tell
year.
them the gimmick first, because they gave you these fucking like.
So basically, we had these outlines of how to make a bridge out of wood. It was like a
and
little.
and the wood's no bigger. It's like a square chopstick.
Yeah,
pretty
it's like
much.
1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square sticks. Yeah, and then what you did was you take these little hobby knives, like the little blades that are like look like they're pencils, but they have the little blade on them. You know,
Yeah.
is that what they're called? Hobby knives.
Yes.
And you would cut the wood with those. That's how thin the wood was, and then you would make triangles and put them together with wood glue to hold together the sticks and everything, and you would build the structure, and then they would take the bridge and put it on this little these two little pedestals, and they put the bridge in the middle, and they'd put a scale on the pedestal, so like you could tell how much weight was on the bridge. So they'd zero it out, they'd put the scale on there, and then they had a crank where they would crank it, and when they cranked it, it would push down on the bridge.
Right. Applying more pressure,
and they would tell you how much weight. So every
Right.
crank was like a pound. So they cranked it, and they cranked this damn thing 55 to most bridges held like 20 pounds.
Right. But whoever's bridge got the most weight holding
Yeah.
won the fucking trophy.
I didn't even know it was a thing. And we cheated like a son of a bitch. Me and a guy named Jacob that I told you about.
Professor X.
No. Me and him were building this bridge, and we decided there was nothing in the rules that said we couldn't coat this whole damn thing in wood glue. So we put it on wax paper.
Now, that's not cheating.
No, but we did steal wood out of the locker because there was like under.
Well, we had real oak on that son of a bitch.
So you had these sticks that they gave you, and they only gave you so many of them.
Like I said, they're like chopsticks.
But when we opened the locker, well, third period classes was right there beside ours, and all their wood was right there because they weren't as long as we were. So we just took a few sticks out of that and got some extra wood.
So you were allotted only like I didn't remember.
It might have been
this
like
much.
15 sticks.
Everybody got 15 sticks. Then you designed it however you wanted to.
You had like 3 or 4 designs you could do.
Yeah.
So we did the
but
one that was the most.
you fucking did one design, and then you added to it.
And then
and she didn't catch it.
She didn't catch it because you had to cut the wood.
Right.
So then we ended up taking like 3 full sticks
You're
and
like,
just
hey,
kind
Jacob,
of.
we could put these braces up under here.
That's basically what we did.
I think she won't even notice.
Coated the whole thing with wood glue. It made it like a rubber. So what they had to do is they would crank that knob until they heard like the first little crack, and you were done.
Right.
Because that was, that's the bridge breaking. Dude, that bridge was bowed over and
So
almost
is that what
touching
you
the
think?
ground.
Like rubber.
Yeah.
Like you said, legit.
It was like rubber. And she was like, we probably need to stop it. And we're like, no, keep going.
That
So-
some bitch is holding it.
she just kept going, and finally, one of the supports, because we wood glued because we put it on wax paper,
Yeah.
and just coated it in like a full bottle of glue. And when we got done, it was like we had to carve it out.
Had to carve the bridge out.
Yeah, it looked like how you do, you know how you like put
Hell
down
no.
chocolate oatmeal cookies,
Yeah.
and they dry. That's what the bridge looked like. It just looked like somebody splooged on a bunch of wood and it dried. So we were like trying to carve it out, and
We call this bridge John Holmes Memorial Parkway.
we carved it out and everything, and we put it together. But yeah, like it was bowing, and it finally made a pop. And I still don't. I still think it would have kept holding. It would have been a while for the whole thing broke. But it
That's what
didn't
that
hold.
dude for the bridge that was surveying it at Memphis was talking about. I think it'll hold. I don't think we even need to. He got fired. You know that? And,
Oh, I would imagine.
well, not only that, they're going to sue his ass.
Oh, I would imagine.
Man.
That's kind of like in Miami, that condo that collapsed.
Yeah, recently.
Yeah, I mean that right there is going to be. There's
Well,
gonna be some lawsuits.
they're saying now that they couldn't do the repairs because the location of the swimming pool. So they couldn't
jeez.
do whatever repairs they needed to do because the swimming pool was right in the way of what they needed to repair.
So you shut the swimming pool down.
No, you can't do that. You can't just concrete that motherfucker up for the
Yeah.
safety of the thousands of lives
Yeah.
that are in the son of a bitch, right?
But
I hate that, man.
yeah,
That's
me
awful.
too. But now you have the other thing that I'm worried about, which by the time this comes out, this will be dated. There's a fucking hurricane on the way through Florida.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's a Hurricane 1 right now.
Well,
as of this recording, Category 1.
It was like a tropical
Tropical?
It was a
Tropical storm?
tropical depression
Gilbo.
yesterday.
Yeah,
And then
that's what I was gonna have.
this
if
lady
that
that's going on
thing-
vacation that I work with, she was on the computer behind me, and she was like, "Oh God, they done named this bitch Elsa. It's got a name.
Oh, God, they
that
done named
means
this
it's going to
bitch."
be bad."
Yeah, anytime. So I woke up yesterday. And I had no idea this was even on the horizon. It's like Thursday morning, and I was like, my phone, I get weather alerts. Like on my phone, it was like Tropical Storm Elsa may make Florida appearance early next week, and I was like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yep.
And
What
then,
you gonna
What you gonna do, brother?
So most of the models show it hitting like the middle of Florida, not the Panhandle where we're gonna be. But still, there's like one model.
You're so
that shows
redneck.
it.
You're just staying in the Panhandle.
There's somebody see something about Pensacola, Florida. No, we're going to
Where's
Destin.
an Armstrong at? I know there's about 3 of them down here.
But yeah, that was a Scott Hall thing. When that one time they were in Pensacola, he's like, somebody see something about Pensacola, Florida. I don't know why that just stuck in my head. They were in Pensacola that day, but yeah, one model. Like, there's like 15 models that show it taking the same path, and then when it takes the turn to go north to head towards Florida, the European model shows it going far east out into the ocean.
Well, they're so far away. What the fuck do they know?
That's what I was thinking. But apparently, there's 20 different models, and there's 2 of them.
I'm going by the Greenland model.
Most of them have the same path through Central Florida, like the peninsula part, the hanging dick part of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Most of
Now
them
you're
have
speaking my language.
Most of them have it going through mid shaft and back up the coast. Like, there's 2 models though that scare the hell out of me. One points it towards Houston, which would eventually pass back through Destin,
And that'd be your left nut, and we all know how sensitive you are about
Yes.
your left nut.
and then the other one is on a path right to Destin. But all like other like 15 of them are going through Central Florida. I was like, it'll be my luck. So I've been following this thing every day.
Look, I'm going to tell you something, man.
We got a buddy that lives in Florida, Peterson.
Either way, Florida's not that wide of a state, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to get hit with something.
Well, no, I mean, if it goes east, we won't get hit with anything. Now, the waves will probably be a little bit bigger that couple of days, but we won't get hit because Florida at the Panhandle part is pretty wide. It's about as wide as Tennessee, but Florida at the peninsula part is smaller. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like
You're
from-
saying it's going to go up towards the East Coast.
yes, that's what most of the models show.
Okay, I'm with you now.
In fact, our buddy Peterson, Chris Peterson, lives in Tallahassee.
Yes.
And I sent him a message yesterday. I was like, you've probably heard more about this than me in the past week. What are we looking at? You know, and he was like, well, we won't know until probably Sunday. You know, I was like, crap. I'm hoping it just goes
I'm already going
east.
to be there.
And they're talking about Tuesday or Wednesday. It's going to make landfall.
Well, shit, man, you'll have a few days of enjoyment.
But, well, no, I ain't going in until Monday. It'll be.
Well, what the fuck?
I'm headed. We're staying at my wife's cousin's house Sunday night, and then we're
Oh,
driving all the
shit.
way down Monday morning, and we can't check into our place
Where's
until
cousin live?
Birmingham.
You pussy! You can't drive that one whole thing and one whole deal.
We're stopping to see him. I'd rather stop on the way there because you drive all the way there, you're usually like, I don't want to do anything today. But if you only drive a couple hours, then you're like, okay, cool, we're refreshed. Let's go to the beach. Let's go to here. Let's go. You don't waste a day. You know what I mean? So, but no. Plus, she wanted to see him, on our way down. So, oh boy, it's gonna. I just hope it goes east, man. It's gonna suck. I mean, if it makes it to us, it'll just be heavy rain by then. They said by the time it gets over Cuba, anytime it's over any land, it loses steam.
Yeah.
And it should just be really heavy rain for like a day or two. But who wants to go on vacation with really heavy fucking rain? Nobody.
I'd rather be down there and it raining than up here and raining.
I guess so.
I mean, it'd be nicer, right?
I can look at the beach while it's raining. You ever done that? Ever looked at wet sand in an ocean?
Look here, baby. You see them big waves? You keep acting up, I'm going to throw you in one.
I'll just say you got crazy and ran out there and tried to jump in. No, the other thing, what about Cosby, man? We were just talking about him the other,
Yeah.
like 3-4 weeks ago.
We were. And,
about how he was getting treated like a king and stuff. And apparently he's getting treated better than a king. They're going to let him out.
he's out.
He's out now.
He is free as a bird. Now, look, a lot of people are kind of, like, some people are like, oh, just let him be. He's too old. There's, like, one lady at work that said that, and, like, I just kind of turned around, and I'm like, look, let me break it down for you.
I mean, it's easy to say that if you don't know anybody, but if it was like your mom that got pilled.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
If your mom got Quaalude.
Or
and
your
then-
sister.
And then Cosby put his pudding pop, like, wherever he wanted, blah, blah, blah. that's bullshit. Like, and the thing about it was, the whole thing was weird. OJ is the fucking benchmark. That's like where I start learning about the court proceedings and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And usually you have the criminal trial first. And then, after whatever
civil.
happens, you have the civil.
Because you can't be tried twice for the same crime,
Right.
but you can be tried civilly for money.
Right. This motherfucker was bass-ackwards. He had the civil suit first.
Yeah.
And then the DA that was presiding over it or whatever, they made an agreement. They said, Mr. Cosby, if you admit certain things, I promise you there'll be no jail time. And, you'll pay your money.
Oh, yeah.
And then things will just go about the way they are. Blah, blah, blah. So he does that. He admits certain things in court. But the things that he admitted, he said that he had bought Quaaludes with the intent of putting them into women's drinks and then doing whatever he wanted to or whatever, right? But he never admitted to actually doing it.
I mean, that's the thing. You wouldn't think a man like as powerful and as rich and famous as Cosby would have to drug anybody. You know what I mean?
Why are you doing that?
You know what I mean?
Dude, you can be like, I'm Bill Cosby. Oh, my God.
I'm Bill Cosby, and the next line is, it ain't going to suck itself. And you just pull it out. I feel like that would have worked in the 70s.
Do I need to buy you a drink, or do you just want to go to the hotel now?
But his idea was like,
I'm
well,
just
that
going to
won't.
trick you.
Yeah, his idea was like, well, that won't work, which it should have. He was the most famous person in the world.
You're like a multi-millionaire.
He went from like that, which would have worked, to, well, this is going to happen whether you want it to or not.
I choose you.
Yeah.
I'm going to Quaalude you.
And I don't think he would have had to. You
But
know what
see,
I mean?
the thing-
Because let's be honest, there was some people in that, I don't know which one, and I can't name names, but there was like 40-something women, I think, or 30-something.
23, I think.
You've got to, there has to be at least one of them that probably didn't get drugged. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he drugged every one of them. Well,
They
let's
said
just
he
say
did.
this. Let's just say this. Out of those 23, they'll stand alone.
I'm sorry, man.
Somewhere,
if it's like one or two,
yeah.
they're
Yeah,
saying
no,
something.
No. I'm not taking up. I'm not taking
I don't
up for
know.
Cosby here.
But
He-
23 people?
Yeah.
You did that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. Let me backtrack a little bit. Let me say it like this. There had to have been a woman out there that was like, I had sex with Cosby too. Do I jump in?
Yeah.
And she didn't have the pill. You know what I mean? She
Right.
didn't get drugged. Somewhere out there, there was a woman that
Bill
just,
Cosby.
you know what I mean? Somewhere out there, there's
Yeah.
always in these things. I don't know about Bill Cosby's case. Don't get me wrong. So 23 women came forward. They got him. But for a fact there has to be in these famous situations where somebody jumps on the bandwagon because they felt guilty about something. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Like, I probably shouldn't have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I probably shouldn't have done it, but I did it, and now I feel bad about it. He didn't
just-
call me the next day.
Just like that Dodgers pitcher,
He put
man.
a pudding pop in my ass.
That Dodgers pitcher dude, like, he's got two different women right now saying that he was violent during sexual acts,
Thank God I'm not single, man.
right?
I mean, thank God.
And a World Series champion to boot.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank God I'm not a good pitcher. You know, I can't play second base for
dude,
shit.
for real. And, like,
Look,
I'm not saying, that I can't even think of the dude's name right now because fuck the Dodgers. You know what I mean?
you can check out Lance Levine's book.
That's
on
what
Amazon.
That's what I'm talking about.
All the right
All
notes.
the right notes on Amazon.
On Amazon.
Go check it out.
It's really good. He's also a Dodgers fan. That's why we brought
Like
him
I
up.
said, fuck the Dodgers. And
Lives in Chicago, but is a Dodgers fan. It doesn't make any sense.
well,
But he also never shit his pants too. So what do you want to do?
who you believe in,
What do
right?
you, who you believe? No respect. I don't know why I turned it into Rodney Dangerfield.
Who
no
you believe in,
Who you
right?
believe in?
Whoa.
No respect.
My daughter, are you kidding?
He's got Wrigley Field right there. Never shits his pants. Cheers for the Dodgers. I mean, no respect. No respect.
Anyways, the one of the ladies that's accusing this pitcher, they're saying that pretty much she went and she had consensual sex with him, right?
Yeah.
And he asked her while he's pumping on her, he leans down and whispers in her ear, "Have you ever been choked before?" She says no, so he fucking starts serial killer choking her.
Like
And
Tank
she-
Abbott in Colorado.
Yes, and she just goes out. And when she wakes up, she's on her belly, and he's anally violating her.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, that's
and
a
she
little
said
steep.
she said that her booty hole bled for a day or whatever, and this and that.
And you were like, I sympathize with that.
No, hey, I can totally
Old
sympathize.
Ethan. The aftermath of Ethan.
Dude. But seriously, and she said that she stayed the night, and then stayed half of the next day because she didn't feel like he was going to do anything else. She felt like it was just him acting out during sex
Yeah.
or whatever, right? So he told her, hey, you go home, blah, 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 and I'll, mess with you some more. So a couple weeks later or a month later or something, she comes back. She said she was a little hesitant because of what had
Yeah.
happened. Like he choked me and then he forcefully, anally had sex with me.
Right.
But I think that it was just during sex, so I didn't feel unsafe afterwards. I could sleep over with him just fine. And she has sex with him again, and he does some even worser shit. Like, she said that he started choking her again, and then she wakes up and he's hitting her in the side of the fucking head, and he's banging her in the butt again or some shit. Like, I don't know, man. It's fucking out of this world. But look, I'm gonna tell you this. If you go and bust my black cherry that one first fucking time, I'm not staying the night. I'm not going to be there the next morning. I'm out the fucking door right then.
Hey, you want to play basketball or something? Hell no. Get away from me.
Get the fuck away from me.
You've
I don't
done
give a
enough.
damn how many World Series rings you got. You can shove that up your ass.
I mean,
God bless her. I don't know
the
all
first time, and I get it. Sometimes you're like, okay, well, the threat's over. The coming back part's a little hard. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Louis C.K.
That's
thing.
a little hard to sympathize with.
Like Louis lost his career because he invited women up to his room, and yes, he's a powerful
Hey,
comic.
watch me jack off.
I mean, that's the thing. Is like you came to his room. You know what I mean? Like, and I get it.
Steven Seagal could say the same thing. Look, I was just trying to go over a script with her.
Honestly, that is like, I don't
I've
know.
got a
See,
gun.
this is why I say, thank God I'm not single,
Right.
because I'd have no way of shooting my shot. You know what I mean? Like that would be
You
nothing.
feel like you're going to be incriminated.
Yeah, like I would feel guilty by like trying to just pick up a girl. You know what I mean? Like if I
Yeah.
was single and trying to pick up a girl like anywhere, if I said, "Hey, I think you're beautiful. Do you want to go out?" I would feel like you're like, "Ugh, this creeper over here is telling me I'm beautiful."
Right.
It's like, what is it that I don't know.
God
man.
forbid my old lady passes on, man, because fuck, I wouldn't know how to do it. I just have to buy it for the rest of my life. Like, I'd be fucking scared as hell. But, back to Cosby, man, like, the thing about that is they said his civil rights were violated because he had an agreement with the previous DA, because another DA
Yeah.
jumped on and then filed criminal charges against
Yeah.
him. And they used things that were said in the civil case
Which
against
was
him.
supposed to be stricken.
Right, because he
How
had
did it get that far where somebody didn't go, "Hey, we weren't supposed to talk about that"? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think they were just so enamored in, like, this is like a major, that's when
Yeah.
the Me Too thing was happening, and they were just riding the wave of like, hey, this motherfucker did something wrong. We're
Yeah.
going to put his ass behind bars. And then his lawyer finally realized, worked it in like, hey, you said this. And when you said this, it was under a court of law and it was an
Yeah.
agreement. So his rights have been violated. So, but
It's kind of like if a guy gets arrested for murder, but they didn't read him his Miranda rights, so he's
Yeah.
free to go.
well, my thing is this. I don't give a damn if you tell me in the bathroom stall, hey, I did this, or you tell me in a court of law after we agreed to whatever. If you did it
Yeah.
and you're guilty, your ass needs to fucking serve the time for it. And that's the bottom line. Like, he knows what the fuck he did. I mean, he admits, I've never changed my position on whatever, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. You said whatever the fuck you said to get your ass put in jail.
Right.
I mean, I don't fucking sympathize with that.
And then
man.
Brittany can't get free from her own dad.
She can't even take the UID out.
Yeah. I mean, she
She's trying
can't.
to have I'm not sure
I don't know much
crazy
about
people need to be having babies.
I tried to watch a little bit of that documentary about her. Like it was like a Free Britney like movement or something, like they
Yeah.
were trying to get her dad like basically is like her guardian, like she's like still a kid basically.
He made Iggy Azalea. How do you say that? That
Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, he made her
I don't know
sign
if that's it.
He made her sign an NDA after they did their duet or whatever. Brittany and her on that whatever song they did together.
I don't remember.
At the Billboard Music Awards.
Amusement.
Billboard Amusement Awards. The Billboard Amusement Awards.
Ooh, that's a nice billboard.
For 2015, she's like, Jamie Spears just like, boom. Hey, if you don't sign this, from what you saw, saying you're not going to say shit, blah, 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 and what you've heard, she ain't going out on stage and performing this shit with you. Like, that's some douchebag shit.
Yeah. I just thought it was like, man, watching some of that stuff, like, I don't think I made it 30 minutes. Because I was watching that, and I'm like, I just don't care enough. You know what I mean?
Well, here's my thing. If she's saying that she wants to move on with life, she doesn't want to have people running her life.
Yeah.
But literally what she did, and the freakouts that she had, and being mentally unstable, they gave her kids to Kevin Federline. Man.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how fucked up do you got to be to get your kids handed over to Kevin fucking Federline?
But at some point, do you just put her in prison, or do you just let her go ahead and go live in life? You know what I mean?
Do what you do. Do what they did. But she's trying
They're
to
basically
say
making her sound like she's so mentally unstable she can't live alone. She has to have somebody there controlling.
She can't make financial decisions on her own. They're saying that she can't.
That's
be
basically
trusted.
a prison. You know what I mean?
But she can go and do as she pleases unless she's trying to have kids. She's trying to spend money that she don't need to spend money on.
You know as well
and
as
they
I
said
do.
that Jamie Spears even controlled the amount of sodas that she drank.
See, that's crazy. That part's crazy. It's like, where do you draw the line on what she can and can't do? You know as well as I do, there's people out there having kids that shouldn't be having kids.
Oh, definitely.
But
they need to be fixed right now.
But you can't make them not have kids.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like in a world that lets Cosby out of jail, they should be the same thing for Britney Spears. She should be able to just, and if she dies out, she dies out. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people are.
I know that's very cold-hearted, but that's the way the world is.
A lot of people are concerned that it's like the person, because not all people in mental institutions have the comfort of having somebody, say, hey, don't leave her in here. Let me take her, and I'll be her. How do you say it? The conservator of her
handler.
life. Yeah, I'll be her. I'll be her wrangler. I'll be her rodeo clown.
Look over here, Brittany. Look over here. Look over here.
That's literally, that's why she's not locked up somewhere, because she has people, she has a team making life decisions, financial decisions. But unfortunately, she's like, somebody else is in charge of her, so they're telling her where to go, what time to be there, what she can and can't do when she gets there, and yeah. She's trying to say, now I'm mentally able to make my own decisions, and blah, blah, blah. But I say the end-all, be-all with that situation, take her to a state-funded...
I thought you were going to say, take her to a different neighborhood, open up the door, let her get out, and then drive off.
No. Take her to, like, a state... psychiatrist or whatever.
I know where you're going with
this. And
this.
then they make the decision, hey, she is either,
is she emotionally stable enough
like
to
they
handle?
do for murderers in court, like they'll let them be
Can they
with
stand
a
trial?
psychiatrist or whatever for
what they did
3-4 days.
For Superfly. Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah, for 3-4 days, and they'll say, hey, he's competent to stand trial or he's not. Same thing should apply to her.
Right.
Give her the chance, and if but there's a lot of people associated with that's saying she don't need to be on her own.
No. Yeah. I mean, but at what point? I don't know. No, I do know something though.
What do you know?
You shouldn't miss your opportunity to put a shirt on your back, right? Everybody needs to be wearing shirts, right?
Now, not just any shirt. Not just your regular Tony Jabroni Dollar General shirt. They need to go to P3 Radio Tees.
Yep, tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees is the official store for P3 Radio's t-shirt market. And Josh, if they go to tinyurl.com/P3 Radio Tees, what kind of t-shirts will they find over there?
Man, we got all kind of t-shirts. Dwayne's still going to get that truck. Freddy's Front Yard Slaughterhouse, the ECW Light t-shirt. cover art, t-shirt, Ray J soda can, and so much more. tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees.
Go there now, tinyurl.com/P3RadioTees. Got a little Shake You Down by Gregory Abbott.
I've been watching you from so far across the floor now, baby.
I feel like if I learned this song,
Nothing
Yeah.
new.
I could nail any chick at work.
I've watched you so many times before now, baby. I see that look in your eyes.
The album cover, this is called Shake You Down, but the album cover, he's just staring you in the soul, ain't he?
He's looking like he's looking through your window or something.
His eyes are following me.
On my telepathy now,
He's got telepathy.
Yeah.
you know you did.
Ooh, shit with my mind.
I'm telepathic.
At least he's better than fucking Roy Parker Jr. or whoever the
Yeah.
fuck it was.
In a minute, he's going to break it down like Cleveland, and he sounds like... Just imagine Cleveland singing it from the Cleveland show.
What can I do?
This is a one-hit wonder. This is one of those I heard on
I can tell
the one-hit wonder station.
Doing the butt.
Doing the butt, doing the butt.
Andy, they're doing the butt themselves.
This is that song, though, that... Wow, wow. I think this is the start of the wow, wow.
I got the remedy.
I got the remedy, baby.
Now give me
Medicine's in my dick.
Suck it up, baby.
Listen to that high note. Hit a well, well.
I wanna rock you down. I'm gonna love you.
That man is going to love you.
Well, well,
Oh, there it was. He's going to break it down in a minute. Oh, there it
I've
is.
been missing you. And you know, it's funny. Every time I get to feeling this way, I wish I had you near me. I want to reach out and touch you.
You know,
Here we go,
with your
Josh.
consent.
Here it is.
I can't stop thinking of the things we do. The way you call me, baby, when I'm holding you. I shake and I shiver when I know you're near. Then you whisper in my ear, oh, baby, well,
He broke it down middle of the song, too.
you know you did.
Oh, baby.
Why wasn't the song named Well a Well?
Well,
Oh, wait. We'll just kill it
DJ,
there.
run that shit back.
No. Why does Gregory Abbott get so racist in that song? No, I mean, that song will like it might. I know Josh kind of gets Gobi gets kind of like I never get those songs stuck in my head, but that song has been stuck in my head all day, like all week, really.
I'm just trying to get something else other than fucking It's your bowl, the butter beans. I'm still singing that shit, man. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's another fucking, she's just 16 years old. Like, it's another one of those. I'm still butterbeaning at work, man. I don't know what's going on.
So in your head, what is the song? Sing the parts it gets to, because, you know, in my head, I have the she don't know she's beautiful.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Time I told her
Don't you put
she
that on me.
don't know she's. It just loops. That part just loops in my head. She don't know she's beautiful.
No, she's not that
She
kind.
don't know she's beautiful.
No
Time and time I told her she don't know she's beautiful. It's like fuck.
Everybody
She don't know. And it's just a never. It's the song that
No,
doesn't end.
she's not that
She
kind.
don't know she's beautiful.
No time and time I told her so.
She don't know she's.
Goddamn you, Sammy Kershaw. You and your
I just
fucking
want to
trench
sleep.
coat.
I just want to sleep. I didn't mean to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. My alarm goes off at 6. But now, all that I can hear is, she don't know she's beautiful.
Sammy, motherfucking. I
but-
wish you'd go to a shrink and just see what pills they give
What is
you
it?
with that defense.
It's like, well, what's going on with you today? I can't get Sammy Kershaw. She don't know she's beautiful out of my head.
well, here's some
That's-
lithium.
It's like, that's the first time I've ever heard that. I'm stumped. No,
I think we should just try some medicine on you.
Yeah.
Here's some elephant tranquilizers.
What we're going to do is cut the top part of your skull off and study your brain while you're alive.
But you asked what part?
Yeah,
well, just a bowl of butterbeans.
Does it loop or do you finish the song and come back?
The cornbread, if you please.
How many times have you looked this song up?
Oh God! Like I said, I know who Johnny Russell is now.
Yeah, you were like, before the show, you were like, sing your favorite Johnny Russell song. I was like, who? And you were like, exactly.
That's fucking little David Wilkins' best friend, apparently.
You've done a deep dive on this man. Was it on purpose? Or you were just like, I want to find out the guy that. Did you ever meet him?
Like I said, I remember him being at your house.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, hey, my name's Josh. Yeah. But I remember
And he
him.
was a cool dude.
I'm like,
He was
who
a
the
very
fuck
cool
is
dude.
that big fat guy?
Yeah,
with
and
the
he was so
sideburns?
cool.
Yeah.
You know what I
he
mean?
was cool.
Super cool. He laughed at my jokes. He was the only one in my family at that point, other than my mom.
A true showman.
Yeah. But you know,
I'm gonna make this little boy feel good.
I've joked. A little fat ass. He just reminds me of me when I was
Reminds me of me when I'm about 12.
Probably likes butter beans. No, you remember I told you, like, off the air, like the gold that passes during Christmas of like pull my finger joke basically. And it's like after a while it's just like, all right, you're a one trick pony on comedy. You're not that funny. You know what I mean? That's the one day I'm gonna blow up and fuck Christmas up. But
I'm gonna tell all my dick jokes.
yeah, because I'm looked at as the dumb young one. You know what I mean? Even though I'll be 38 this Christmas. I'm looked at as the youngest one because I was for so long that I can't have anything relevant to say because I don't work with my
that
hands.
Maybe your self issues.
Some of it, but
self reflection issues.
I know some of the things I have said in the past have been looked at like, but some people have said the same things, and it's like, ha 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 ha. He said it and made a fart noise.
He's a plumber
Well,
or whatever, electrician,
but anyway.
or any kind of trade job you can think of.
But I mean, I think it's because I don't work with my hands. It's like, I don't know.
What do you work with?
Computers.
My dick.
Yeah. Type with it. It knows how to type. Types
Me and
30
your
words a
mom
minute.
Work 40 hours a week.
Sometimes I put in overtime.
Damn, I wish I could have remembered that in school.
But I forget where I was going with why I was
Your
bringing that up.
mom.
Oh, yeah. So he was laughing at my jokes and stuff. He was a really cool dude. But
Yeah.
you did a deep dive, and you was like, you've Google searched this man. And how many times have
apparently-
you listened to that Butterbean song?
Oh, dude, I've listened to Butterbeans and Just a Closer Walk with Thee.
You
Trying to
really
fucking-
like that dude now, huh?
I'm trying to see how much of it he ripped off, and yeah, he ripped it off.
He really
He ripped it off big time.
It's the same song.
I didn't go to a Pentecostal church, so I didn't have those.
Well, Just a
types of
Closer Walk
songs.
is a very Christian song.
We
Like,
didn't sing that in the Baptist.
I'm sure they did. You just probably wasn't there that day.
I don't know. Probably writing on my little paper or whatever.
But yeah, I mean, he's a really cool dude. But yeah, I didn't know that you had done a deep dive on his life. So do you sing the whole song, or do you just repeat a certain area?
Well, I
Or
mean,
does it
the
just that
song's
line?
the song's only like 2 verses anyway.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, is it just that line? Just
Well, she's not as pregnant as she seems. She just full of them old butterbeans. And I keep thinking that your aunts probably thought that was the funniest shit.
probably either that or
Did you hear that, Mama? Did you hear that, Mama? She wasn't as pregnant as she
Apparently,
seemed.
one aunt ruined some furniture here.
Oh my God! I guarantee you, like they thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Maybe. Although my mom, like,
Oh, your mom would
She-
call bullshit on it.
yeah, that's why I said I love my mom. She has a great sense of humor. Like, I remember she was a,
fucking stupid.
yeah, she was a Ray Stevens fan.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
love-
mean?
I love Ray
like
Stevens.
she liked Richard Pryor and all those. I think that's where I get that sense of humor from.
Yeah.
Like she used to let me rent Richard Pryor VHSs from the video store when I was like 10 or 11.
I'm not sure she should have let you done that.
But that's the thing. She was so overprotective about, where I went and what I did. She just wanted me home to protect
Yeah.
me. But like she didn't care
Pryor.
what I listened to. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't that's rated R. You shouldn't be watching that. At the same time, I kind of shielded her if I was watching rated R stuff. Like I didn't want her to know that I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she rented the Howard Stern movie for us. You remember that?
I'm not sure she knew what
She
Howard
probably
Stern
didn't.
was.
But the movie was called Private Parts.
yeah, things were getting a little edgy back then, though, in pop culture.
Right. But hey, speaking of edgy and and shitty stuff, did you see this?
I did.
The fan
And-
sign that caused the major Tour de France crash? They were looking for. Look at this shit.
Out a sign, and down goes
Boom.
Tony Martin.
And then,
Tony
oh,
Martin,
shit.
you see this,
Oh.
I don't know what I think of this yet. I'm going to have to take a day
Look,
to
the
process what I
sign-
think of the spectators on the side of the road. But yeah,
All right, here's a
unfortunately, Tony
question,
Martin-
though.
No,
How did that
that was
sign-
cardboard. Unless she had like a metal bar backing that motherfucker, I don't see where that warrants that little.
And how did he not see it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're probably looking straight ahead, which I would never like to drive this closely on a bike next to anybody.
Look, I'm just going to interrupt you right now. I think we're doing a lot of victim blaming on this show. Do you feel that way?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm just going to say I'm sorry for everything that we've said so far.
Now we're on the topic. What about Landis Morissette?
I think we're doing a lot of victim blaming.
We are. And now that you say it, I feel bad about it. But, like, how do you not see that big-ass cardboard sign?
Yeah. So, anyways, unless she had like a grabber bar behind that son of a bitch, I don't see that the warrant. I don't warrant the crash that happened.
Now, I will say this. You see how close they're riding to each other.
Yeah, but
Like,
if that guy
wheel to
is
wheel
so
almost.
fucking frail that he just cardboard's in my
Well,
way.
most of those bikers don't weigh that
Little
much.
sissy.
Most of those cyclists don't weigh that much. They're
Oh,
like
don't
those
give me
jockeys.
that shit.
They're like those jockeys. They're
No,
like
they
4
are
foot
not.
tall.
They are not that. Don't even equate it to that.
but-
you've seen Lance Armstrong.
I wouldn't want to ride that close to on a bike to anybody. You know what I
If
mean?
cardboard will take you down like that, your ass don't need to be on a bike anyways.
Whew. It was pretty rough. It
Little
wasn't the
punk.
crash that got me. It was the guys behind them. You know what I mean? That can't be a good feeling to know you're like in a race and there's 20 bikes behind you. I don't know how many bikes are in the race, but at least
About
20
400.
at least at least 20 or 30 bikes behind you and you go down. You know you're about to get hit by a few. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they're gonna roll right.
They're
over
gonna
your
roll
ass.
right over you, and that's the part that's like,
So if he can't take a fucking piece of cardboard hitting him, can you imagine
was
what
just a
those
domino
bikes
effect.
did
When
to his
the
soul?
Look at that.
riders are
Oh, man, they're
nervous,
going
they're
off in the
smacked in there
ditch.
like sardines, and there's no
Watch the aerial
if you're
shot.
sitting anywhere behind Tony Martin and to his left, most likely you're going to go down. You really don't have a chance.
Road is super narrow.
Okay,
You see
now
this
I'll
crash
say
here,
this.
and the
Looking
domino
at it
effect
from
just
an
spreads it
aerial
all
view.
the way across and closes in.
Looking at it from an aerial view, it looked
It
like more
looked
of the
like-
woman's hand, like the arm was out there.
Oh, she clotheslined the
Yeah,
shit
it
out
looked like
of
she
him.
might have caught his like.
So you're saying this is a Bull Nakano level female?
Yeah, well, no. Any like you've ridden a bike,
I
you
have.
drove a bike before, and the handlebars. If somebody hits your handlebars straight to the right out of nowhere, if you're not expecting it, it could take you off course pretty quick. Watch this. Watch
This
the
is a
overhead shot.
straightaway.
But watch the
sardines,
overhead
and there's
shot. Yeah, it's
nowhere
a
to
straightaway,
go.
but
So
if
you're
somebody
sitting
hits those front
anywhere behind
handlebars,
Tony Martin
look,
and
here
to
it
his
comes.
left,
They're going to
most
zoom in
likely
on
you're
it.
gonna go down. You really don't
See,
have a
they
chance.
see her arm,
Road is
and
super
see it
narrow.
knocked
You
her
see this
arm
crash
back.
here, and
That's
the
how
domino
fast they
effect
were
just
hitting.
spreads all the
Oh,
way across
look at
and
that.
closes this road down. So the
Look
guy
at all
Oh,
these-
she crashed the
Ugh.
whole
ditch
goddamn
on the
race.
right and
Yeah.
left side of the road. There's no place to go. You
Left
just have to
and
go
right.
into the pile. You're either going to be held
There's
up
like
or
100
you're gonna
people.
crash.
They
that got
broke.
impacted.
Look at the
Parts are gonna
bikes
break
broke.
all over the place.
Like those bikes aren't really meant for that.
They got to be the lightest that they are. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how she sleeps at night, but I know how she should sleep at night. Like they were looking for her. Like I think
Who's
the like Tour de France people and police.
We're going to kill that bitch.
Yes, bring her. That's the
Bring
worst,
the
this
bitch
is,
to
this
me.
is the worst French accent.
Off with your head. Oui, oui.
She has ruined our bicycle race. This is the worst French accent, but this is how she should sleep at night.
Merci beaucoup, bitch.
Josh, did you know this was a thing? Matthew McConaughey
I believe that is a thing.
yes, but I wasn't finished. Like I told your mom before.
I'm not finished
I'm
yet.
not finished yet.
The choking hasn't happened yet. Would you like a Quaalude?
No.
Again, I'm sorry. Victim blaming show. I'm sorry.
Matthew McConaughey can read you a bedtime story with a sleep app. There is a Matthew McConaughey app where he reads bedtime stories. I have found
Bye bye black sheep.
this
Have
is
you in
apparently
wool.
on the YouTube. It's 1 hour of Matthew McConaughey watching rain and drinking coffee. Look at this.
Is this just
I
him sitting in a
I swear to
Hyundai?
God, you see the window right there? He's right there.
He's in a restaurant.
He's in a restaurant, and he might talk here in I think he talks for just a second. But this is kind of like what's on the app. This and him reading stories.
This video has over 1 million views.
People just watching Matthew McConaughey to sleep.
Guess I ain't gonna go outside right now.
Look at that. Oh, that rain.
Oh my God!
Is that the only thing he says? Yeah, that's all he says.
It's got that fucking ambience music. in
He's
the
just drinking
background.
coffee and cars are driving by.
You think that's coffee in that cup?
He's
Yeah, I'm
looking
being
at
here
his
for a
hand.
while. I need another
Why
drink.
did I order this? Water.
Wanted to order this water. Sorry if you're
Please
listening.
pause it. Pause it.
Sorry if you're listening to
So-
this in your car and you just dozed off a little bit.
How do you approach Matthew McConaughey for this? Like, so listen,
From the left? I don't know.
I have this idea about this video.
all right.
I guess if you pay somebody enough money, they'll do anything.
Is he
right?
looping it? Is it just him sitting and they do the same shots?
We're gonna have to
Or
watch
is he
the whole
sitting
hour.
the whole hour?
We're gonna have to do a watch along with this thing.
There's perfectly good water falling from the sky.
Go to the comment. Go to the comments right now. Go to the comments right
I just
now.
accidentally went to the. I went back.
Go to the comments.
All right.
This
we'll go.
cannot be him.
That's him, dude.
No, it's him in the picture. I'm talking about in the voiceover. Matthew McConaughey's Lincoln can't make left turns. It
Oh,
just
they
goes
do.
all right, all right, all right.
Look up and drink. Until my belly's full.
This can't be him.
I swear there's multiple of these. Like it's the same video. People have stolen it.
Oh, that rain.
Like where else would they have just got Matthew McConaughey watching the
It could
rain
just
for an
be-
hour?
I don't know. It could be a Lincoln commercial that they never did, and then they just did like a voice actor saying
mean-
this shit. Whenever I'm in the
This is it.
restaurant.
He's so
What if this is the end of days?
No, I think it's just a thunderstorm, Matthew. It'll be all right. That's gonna be you in
Am I
Florida.
ready for that?
I think I should just drown my family out there in the waves right now. Been raining 2 days in a
Am I
row.
ready to stand in front of my maker and say, I'm proud. I'm proud of what I've done. Let me in.
I don't want to sleep like this.
now all these questions. Sammy Kershaw ain't looking so bad anymore.
Dude, I can't sleep right
Or
anyway,
should I just
so
find the
I
nearest
can't
homeless shelter?
do it. Oh my god.
Treat everyone to my world famous flapjacks.
I tell you how I found out about this. The guy who does What's-
Maybe I should start carving that surfboard I promised myself I'd build.
Carbonite surfboard.
Just ride this crazy wave.
That's not him.
I sw-
On and on and on.
This is the outtakes from a Lincoln commercial, and they got a voiceover guy.
Dude, I promise you,
This isn't him.
People have talked about this. What other hidden gems I've missed? You would feel like if somebody was like, for
I
sure
know
this
this
wasn't
much.
him.
I know this much. He did do a Lincoln endorsement.
He did.
A few years ago.
This was from
Yes.
2015, though. This
Right.
is even longer than that.
But you can't. That's not him.
Well, he was on Graham Norton, the Graham Norton show. You've heard of that, haven't you? And Michael Bublé was on there, and he was talking about it.
We've met up at different functions and things, yeah. Yep. And have you met Dame Judi Dench before? No.
We have now.
He was talking about, because Michael...
Can't wait to hear this. Well, I mean...
Matthew McConaughey was talking about it.
My wife and I sleep with you almost every night. Yes.
Oh,
He knew exactly
And
what
every
he was
night
talking
there's
about.
an app called Calm. And I have insomnia. And he has the most beautiful voice. And I turn it on, and I just hear, well, hello, everybody. It's me, Matthew McConaughey. I'm going to tell you a bedtime story. And I just do this, oh. But honest to God, truth about it is my wife was from Argentina. She always goes like, you have the man talking again. The man is talking in the bed again.
That's
Mike.
But they play a little bit of
It's
it.
great, though. I love this. It cost me $80.
$80.
Well, it was well worth it. I'll have you.
No, we've got a little because I just thought it was you reading stories, but you are actually putting people to bed. This is Matthew McConaughey
Listen.
on the app.
But tonight, I hope to send you off to peaceful dreams with that very thing in mind. So let your eyes close and your breath fall soft and slow as we begin our story, which just might rekindle that sense of wonder.
I mean, yeah, it's a thing, dude. Like, it's an actual thing.
There's a one of them in particular. I'd like to show a thing, but you know.
In the hierarchy of the top 3 most soothing things to ever exist, this is from the Boss Hunting article on the Matthew McConaughey app. It goes, post-dinner, warm soup belly on a frosty winter night first, having plans you didn't want to go to in the first place canceled by someone else second, and Matthew McConaughey's honey-coated southern drawl third. Shivers. This is very weirdly written.
This is an English article?
But McConaughey's bedtime story also comes with a 2-minute prologue wherein the interstellar actor poses introspective and meditative questions. Questions such as, how often do we ponder the depth of the present moment? So the rain part actually comes from this app. Like, he was actually just listening to the rain. So it's a real thing.
What you just showed me, like with the Lincoln and all that, because it was like focusing on the Lincoln a lot. That's not real.
But are you going to pay $80 for that?
No. Hell no. Absolutely not.
Not even. How much would you pay for that, Josh?
Nothing.
Nothing. Would you listen to it
I'll just
if it was free?
pay for Tylenol PM like I usually do.
Whatever makes the thoughts in my head go away.
Seriously, dude, I can't fucking like.
I just drank until Sammy Kershaw stopped singing.
I can't fucking sleep anymore correctly, man.
Have you ever drank so much that the voice in your head was hammered?
I've
She
drank
don't know she's
no,
beautiful.
I've drank so much it was another voice. Like it was somebody completely different. Like,
hey man, you got room in this booth for me?
who the fuck are you?
I'm Sammy Kershaw.
Ah!
The real one.
I can't fucking.
Sammy Kershaw
And
is Freddy Krueger in me.
Do you not find it weird? Like, do you remember a week ago that we recorded, but it's 2 weeks ago now? Do you remember
Episode 205?
The fucked 204. The fucked up dream that I said that I was having, or at least the one night or whatever.
Yeah.
But I talked about it.
The
I
pitcher
said,
from the Dodgers was choking you.
No.
No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
It was the house, and everybody in the house was supposed to kill each other. or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then I get to the
You were Hunger Games in your
yeah,
in
and
your
then
house.
they tell me to go in this one room, and then I get there, and then it's Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
And then all of a sudden, hey, Bill Cosby's let out of jail. Oh, goddamn. Oh, my God.
It's all your fault, Josh. It's
Man,
all
I
your
should have
fault.
dreamed that. I found it weird that I was dreaming about
Yeah, we
Bill
talked
Cosby,
about it.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, hey.
It is weird
he's
when
out,
stuff like that
you know?
happens. You know what I mean? It's like there has to be an explanation for some of that stuff, though.
I don't know, man.
Like I told you about that dream I had when I lost my drone. It was like a little small one.
Yeah.
And then I had this dream that it was sitting on the tree right outside where I lost it. And the next day I was driving around. I was like, I'm gonna stop and look. And I stopped, and it was right there where I dreamed it was.
So you saying I got to kill Bill Cosby?
No, not saying that at all. I'm saying look outside the tree for your drone.
Oh, look, this is a comedy podcast. If you're wondering, these are all jokes, bro.
Sammy Kershaw is Freddy Krueger and me.
He don't know he's quaaluding all them women crying.
Oh Jesus!
That's fucked up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Victim blaming show.
We did find, you know, a few years ago we stumbled. Well, more than a few years ago, the Jumpin' Jeff Farmer interview.
Yep.
I mean, we have played that on here, haven't we?
I think so.
It might have been a long time ago. Ooh.
You hiccuping like you're drunk or
Yeah,
shit?
I haven't drank in like 6 weeks.
You have now. At this time, you have. You've been really drunk.
Might be dead. Who knows?
Blood pressure may just.
This
right up
this
there.
one. This one.
Folks, there's Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
How you doing, Buddy Lee?
Pretty good.
That's the wrong
I'm sure
one.
you've heard the
Wrong
old
one.
saying, somebody's a crybaby. Well,
Is this not the right one? Is it this one?
Yes.
Here's Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Destruction Unlimited. That's what he
No,
called
wrong
himself.
one.
Destruction
How many
Unlimited.
did he do on this?
Well, you
Oh,
seen
here
that
it
one
is,
guy?
here it
He
is,
had
here it
like
is.
3 takes.
Yeah.
Earlier we talked to Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Here we go.
Let's go now to that interview. Folks, there's Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Jeff,
Pause it.
a while back.
So they got to put that recorded
earlier.
earlier.
Why?
Like
What is
they couldn't just fucking do it.
We got to
you know?
explain why the announcer's suit's different.
It was the same. It's been the same.
His hair's a little shorter here. It's like earlier today we talked to Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Right before my haircut.
I want this job. I want this guy's job, by the way, because all he does on his mic work is say the wrestler's name and hold the mic.
Let's go to Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. And then,
Ladies and gentlemen, Motley Cruz.
and he might as well just be saying, ladies and gentlemen, after this, you're going to hear some incoherent shit.
Let's play that next on the list promo up there.
Hold on, let's play this first.
What a match you had with Motley.
Yep. Probably the hardest match I ever had in my life. But I don't like it when things aren't going my way.
Your top baby face. I don't like it when things ain't going my way. That's a hellish statement, ain't it?
He looks like he's just finna explode. Like
Yeah.
he's just
Like he's mad. Yep.
Motley Cruz, you turn the tables on me. You turn the tables in a wrong way.
What?
He looks like somebody just coached him. He's like, look,
Yeah.
when you go out there, I need you to be real flustered, right?
They had bullet points on a cue card. They didn't have the whole thing. And they're like, hit this bullet point. You
He's
turn
like,
the tables on me.
I guarantee you, if I just breathe hard, it'll look like I'm intense.
You got me mad now. I've stood around. I've listened to everything you had to say. I did everything necessary. But when you turn
I
around,
did everything
I've
necessary.
done everything necessary.
and you
Like he had to fill out paperwork for the DMV. I've done everything necessary.
I've filed charges against you for
I've
what
taken
you've
the eye test.
You've inflicted the damage on me.
I missed one question on the written test. Then I took the driving exam.
backstab me one way or another, and you cheat me out of what's rightfully mine.
You treat me.
when I get angry. Now I'm the one doing the challenging. I'm issuing a challenge to you, Motley Cruz. Get in the ring with me. This time, I'm going full force.
I'm not going to hold up like I did last time.
Me and my son, like I think we've talked about
Yeah,
this on the show
yeah.
before, but me and my son still say that shit to this day. This time I'm going full force.
Well,
Like, and he loves that kind of shit.
Well, we found another one. Apparently, this was interviews from a promotion called IPW.
And God bless YouTube related videos, right?
Oh, we've got to look at this one next, too.
Oh yeah, his hair is really frilly.
So this one's called IPW, The Gorgeous JR Conspiracy.
Now, I said that's gold right there in that up top with the sequin jacket.
This one, yes.
And you were like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Just get to the end of that video,
And then we'll
you'll
look
see
at
that
this one."
mass playlist."
Yes.
That guy up there in that sequin jacket, right up top.
And we found it. It's a guy in, like, you know those shirts now that are very popular? You rub them one way and it's one design, and you rub it the other.
You know, like the pillows
Yes.
that people used to have.
Well, they have shirts like that, too.
Well,
He's wearing a
imagine-
full Stone Cold vest.
Imagine Matt Bourne got a haircut.
Yeah.
Like he got a fucking haircut and he worked at a lumber yard somewhere. Like, and then he just put on a blue sequins vest and a fucking
It
weird.
looks like he's wearing a gainer, like one of those masks that you wear, like for COVID, that
Yeah.
you just pull up over your neck.
But
he's
this
got
is like the mid '90s.
Yeah, but he's got it around his neck like a
So
choker.
It's like a Chippendale fucking little priest.
But he
collar.
definitely looks like he's told somebody the price of his 2x4s that week. You know what I mean?
You gonna need about 8 sheets of plywood to cover all that.
Right. He definitely could tell you the price of plywood at this time, like without looking. You know what I mean? Like he's that kind. He has that look to him.
And if they don't have the best prices on trim pieces, they can point you in the direction where they do.
He's that kind of businessman. Because he knows.
Look, I just want to do right by you.
Yeah, and he knows if he does right by you, you're going to come back and see him whenever you have a little bit more money to spend. Because he's
Definitely.
the good customer service.
Look at that trim beard he's got.
Yeah. Come on. It's like he was the guy they chose third on the Brawny Man lumberjack. Like, I was third in the choice of the new Brawny Man.
I got third place in the Brony Man tournament.
Yeah. So the funny thing about this is they ask, the announcer says his name. Here's Gorgeous JR, because that's all he does. And as soon as they say his name, his eyes get really big, like he's trying to see in a dark room. Here we go.
Or like knowledge just hits him immediately.
And it's 3 interviews back to back. And I guess these were supposed to play in consecutive weeks. And they just recorded these in the same week, the same day.
Yeah,
as somebody
everybody's
that has
wearing-
done this before,
Everybody's wearing the same clothes.
they're standing in the same exact spot with the same exact backdrop. They were just like, all right, let's get week 2. Now let's get week 3 since we're not paying for your. They wasn't doing airfare. We're not paying for the gas money to get you here every week, JR. We're just gonna do these all for the month. So I just love how they had to go with it. Watch this.
To the IPW, the gorgeous JR. JR, welcome. That's right, Mr. Lee. The gorgeous one is here after many weeks of contract negotiations.
Contract.
The JR and the IPW have
He almost said work. Contract
So,
work.
It has took weeks to get this man signed to this promotion. Who is trying to decide? Who is he trying to decide between?
So it's either WWF or IPW. I guess I'm gonna go with them.
IPW shoots close to the lumber
This
yard.
closer to the house.
I just want to hear that line again. Here we go.
Try, Mr. Lee. The gorgeous one is here after many weeks of contract negotiations. The JR.
What happened to his left eyebrow, by the way?
Somebody shaved
He's
it
got
off.
one dot for an eyebrow.
And the IPW have finally got it together. 235 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
Now, just remember, at the beginning of this interview, he's praising the IPW for finally signing him.
Right.
This goes to hell by the end of this interview, does it not? Listen to this.
The men's fright and the women's delight. The toast of the coast with the utmost. And so fine, so very fine. I'm here for one reason and one.
And he said 235. There's
That man's like
that man's at least
175 pounds.
No, I'm looking at his shoulders and the arms that have no definition. That guy is at least 280. There's no way he's 235. Unless he's like 5'4".
No, I'm thinking he's a little man.
You think?
The announcer's fucking 6 inches taller.
I don't know
than
how
him.
tall the announcer is. All right, here we go.
One reason only. That's to go after the gold and be the #1 contender in this organization. I'm coming after all these wrestlers in the IPW.
Wrestlers in the IPW.
He's wrestlers.
Oh, man.
All of them, beware. JR is here. He's going.
He shut his eyes.
He just shut,
like
like,
he's trying to
fuck it.
think. Maybe if I shut my eyes,
Fuck it.
I can see the next line that's supposed to be there.
I can just feel it coming out.
He's going to be there. He's going to be after you. So all of you get in line. I'm here for one reason, and that's to be #1.
All right. So that was week 1, where
Week
he's
2.
like, IPW, you did the right thing by signing me. You're a great organization.
Took a couple weeks, but I'm here.
I mean, it could have been a little quicker on the contract, but hell, I'm here now. Might as well fuck shit up, you know?
With my dot eyebrow.
Yeah. So the next week, his eyebrow has fully grown back. No, maybe
No, it
not.
hadn't.
No,
He's
not.
just moving it a
Yeah.
different way.
Now, listen,
He looks like
gorgeous
somebody
JR.
said, well, I can go down the street and get a goddamn sheet of plywood for $2 less.
Yeah, he
Well,
is
let me
making
tell
that
you
face.
something, you son of a bitch. You ain't gonna get the quality of wood you would here at Handy Home Center, motherfucker.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gorgeous JR. That's right, the gorgeous one's here. And I've got something to say. I'm not too happy about the way things are going right now.
It's like he hit a fucking line,
Yeah.
a Coke or something in between interviews. It's like the promoter was
JR,
like,
you
"Okay,
ready
I
to
liked
record?"
week 1. I like that's a good first opener."
You
But
praised us? You praised us?
I'm gonna need you to get a little more peppy. Here you go, snort this off this mirror.
What happened in between week 1 where he's like, I'm coming for everybody? They signed me. They could have been a little quicker on it, but they signed me, which was a smart move. Now I'm happy.
I'm gorgeous.
Everybody get in line. I'm gorgeous. And week 2, I ain't happy with the way things are going. It's only been a week. You couldn't have debuted.
The motherfucker pulled my tie.
Things are not going to suit the JR. I'm
The
going to
JR.
find out what's going on.
Was he the first person to speak in third person?
Well, he's
Like The Rock?
He flip flops. He goes from third person to fucking first person. It's weird.
I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'll go straight to the promotion if need be.
Well, I think they're seeing what you're saying right now.
Yeah. It's like, I'll go straight to the promotion. I'll write a strongly
Gorgeous-
worded
the-
letter.
the gorgeous-
I'll wait 6 to 8 weeks for shipping and handling. I will do everything in my possible power to make sure my complaint is heard.
Because we all know this is before the age of the internet.
Right.
But the gorgeous JR, oh my God.
Like, what would have been his go-to if he, if he was
Probably
feeling
the gorgeous JR at AOL.com.
No. I'm saying, what would have been his go-to if he's like, I'll go to the promotion if I need be? It's like,
The motherfucker pulled my tie.
that's where you're supposed to go, is it not? Who are you complaining to?
The fans.
I just want to hear that line again. Let's back up a little bit.
Get to the bottom of it. I'll go straight to the promotion if need be. I'll go with the referees, whoever. Things are not going the way JR needs them to go. So I will find out what's going.
Like he had a 5-year plan, and it was all fucked week 1. Now you have shot to hell my 5-year plan.
You realize,
And this is only week 2. 52 weeks in the first year of my 5-year plan, and week number 51, it's all shot to hell. We count down.
that's what we do.
That's what the JR does.
The JR
He starts
counts
with
down.
week 52 and goes down, baby. And in week 51, you really fucked up the works. Now all of a sudden, get me signed so late it seemed like a big idea, like a big deal. Let's see what he says here.
Going on, and I'm going to do something about it. I will get to the bottom of it.
Why does he sound like somebody that has a kid that has done something wrong?
And then
but they
you're
lied
leaving
to
a
him?
message on the school's answering machine like, God damn it, if he don't let little JR come back to school tomorrow and without my fucking supervision, I'm going to be pissed. He didn't do nothing wrong.
And I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
It's a gorgeous one.
This is week three. And now he looks even more confused and pissed. Like his eyebrows, first day he had the eyebrow scrunched. Now he's got 2 eyebrows scrunched up after week 2. This is week 3. We went from, hey, everything's great. You signed me. It was a little late, but you signed me. And now they need to get in line because they're going to get their ass whipped. To week 2, which was, fuck, everything's fucked.
Them motherfuckers.
Everything is fucked.
Can't be trusted.
Now it's like week 3.
But dude, did you not have another vest in your bag? Like what the
Yeah.
fuck? Take one elbow
It
pad
looks
off.
like this elbow pad too is like covering from elbow to forearm.
It's a goddamn karate pad.
Yeah.
What it is. It's a sparring pad. Take one of them off. Make it seem like you're not the same the whole way.
Let's see what he says here. This is week 3.
Buddy Lee, this thing is continuing to go just like it was before. I don't know what's going on around
The plan is still shot to hell. I thought we'd get it back on track.
here. Things are just not right. I'm trying to get the promotion. They won't talk to me. I'm trying to talk to referees. I'm trying to talk to somebody with some authority. Nobody wants to talk to JR. What's going on here? It's getting to be like a conspiracy against me for some...
What does he need to talk to him about?
I think he's like, where's the rest of my turtleneck? I'm only got half of it.
What is he trying to talk to him about? He never says what the issue is. He just says, things ain't going my way. Y'all signed me.
And now I'm being fucked.
We all have that person that we know at work, right?
Oh,
the one that gets the promotion,
Oh, my
but
God.
immediately is like, fuck this place. They gave the last person in this position $10 more than me a week. You know?
Right.
some reason. I've done nothing but come in here, win matches, do my best, and I guess somebody don't like it. They're conspiring against JR for some reason. And believe me, I am going to get to the bottom of this if it's the last thing I ever do. I don't like to be conspired against. I'm not going to have
Nobody
it.
does, JR.
We'll be
He's
right back.
just staring at... It's like for 5 seconds, he just stares at somebody off camera.
He never told the reason why he was like upset. He was just like, I've been winning matches. So apparently
They
he came in.
They gave him an outline of his career. And like, you gonna come in here and you gonna beat everybody.
You're gonna win matches, and he was. Apparently, he's winning matches. But like, what went wrong from week 1 to week 3? It's like I should be world champion of this motherfucker by now. Why the hell am I not? It's a conspiracy. He never says that. He just like things ain't going my way. It's a conspiracy. People have lined up and have seen my 5-year plan.
People have lined up and pissed in my mouth. It is fucked up.
People have seen my 5-year plan, and they have said bullshit on my 5-year plan, apparently. They are conspiring against... They're conspiring against my
They're
5-year
conspiring against my dry erase board 5-year plan.
You know how expensive dry erase ink is? I wrote the first shit in permanent marker. Had to get a new board altogether. Now I'm writing it in dry erase. Might as well write in pencil. Fuck it. I want more interviews from this guy. But I got to see this one. Dynamite Keith Watkins has the fire. Honeydew Wilkins. I might have to give him a follow on YouTube.
Honeydew.
Honeydew Wilkins is the one that has all these interviews. What does this say? These look a lot like those Southpaw Wrestling Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Watkins.
You know, buddy, I've never been so happy in my life. This is my first time to wrestle in my own home state, and now PWs with action this.
He has a problem enunciating, doesn't he?
I've never been to in my whole life.
My tongue is not long enough.
I got a little snippet of my tongue chopped off.
In that match.
Everything's all right, though.
I mean, it could be worse. That one guy got somebody conspiring
I've
against
never been to I've in my whole life.
Own home state, and now PWs with action this. This is where all the talkative come here today, and that's why I'm here. And I'm here to stay and not to play. And Buddy Lee, there's an old saying goes, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. That's my
Who's this
intentions.
Buddy Lee guy? That's the same guy.
That's the same announcer.
That fucking handsome Jim Nelson or whatever the fuck his name was talking about. Like,
No,
Buddy Lee, you son of a bitch.
Handsome Jim Nelson.
Whatever his name was.
Handsome JR.
Yeah.
Gorgeous JR.
The gorgeous JR.
We got to see if there's more on him. Let's see.
All the way. So all my challenges, all my opponents were one thing. So I'm a small guy, doesn't mean anything. Because Dynamite comes in a small package, and my fuse is about that short, and I got the style.
He lit a lighter. And he goes, I got the fire.
Can you imagine just isolating that one? And my fuse is about that short.
And my fuse is about that short.
I'll say.
And I got the fire.
Here's the thing that
the flame
stands,
was about like a centimeter long. He used it all on his fucking crack pipe.
He was
before
definitely
got
not Ricky the Dragon Steamboat,
No.
was he?
He had that childproof locked on the max.
Here's the one thing that I will say about all these interviews. When they're over, the guy looks at the producer every time. They look at a guy off
Is
camera
that good?
like, that good? We gonna do it again? Like, you can't wait 2 seconds for him to say cut.
Them motherfuckers probably ain't saying cut. They're filming it off of a hay bale.
Here is
Oh, man.
Gorgeous JR versus Johnny
Malibu.
There might not be too much Gorgeous
Bulldozer
JR.
versus JR. Gorgeous
This one?
JR, yeah. Looks like
Do you want to see what he
Bulldozer.
wrestles like before we get
Sure.
out of here? Let's see what Gorgeous JR wrestles like. Where's he? Oh, he's the one on the right.
Against Johnny Malibu. He calls himself the Gorgeous One.
The camera angles on this are a little
Shit.
weird. Is
He
he a
looks
good
like a
guy
Lawler.
or a bad guy?
He looks like he's dressed like Lawler.
He is. I want to know more about this guy.
I feel like this is what would happen if you told him, you know, that I'm just going to go to Lowe's. Fuck this. I feel like you're trying to cheat me.
He'd fight you out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
This guy said his lumber was shit.
I built a shed and that motherfucker just fell down.
Yeah, if you're looking this up on YouTube, it's IPW, the Gorgeous JR versus Johnny Malibu.
The Gorgeous
That's what I said. The Gorgeous JR versus Johnny Malibu.
Is that not just hilarious?
Honeydew Wilkins posted this 12 years ago. Let's skip to the finish. It's only a 3-minute match. I guess we could watch the whole thing, but it's getting...
Skip to the finish.
He's got that hole in his cap in the back.
He's got the hole. He got the hole in the cap.
On his, he telegraphed that hip toss, did he not?
Look good.
For like an hour, he was holding his arm out, hip tossing. They lock up again. Johnny Malibu twists the arm.
He's got a hell of a pot belly on him.
Yeah. Malibu's got the arm barred, but not very well. Gorgeous JR's got his elbow bent. Isn't part of this hold to try to extend the elbow?
He got it bent like a motherfucker. It's that karate pads was bending.
Yeah.
It sounds
Johnny
like
Malibu,
the announcers are sharing one mic.
Yeah. Johnny Malibu is doing, like, every time he gets hit with something, he sells it for 2 seconds, then pops right back up. Like, all right, motherfucker, let's do it again. Snapmare here. And then a fist drop that looked like it really hurt him. He's like, shit, JR.
I'll teach your ass to go to Home Depot, motherfucker.
That was the worst elbow drop ever. He did an elbow drop that looked the saddest. Oh, dude. Look
like
at where
a-
he's at and look where JR's going up.
my.
JR's going to the top rope and
This
dude's
is why
laying
JR's career was cut short.
3/4 of the way across the ring. Jeez. JR's got some hops, man.
And he does a Lawler move.
Yeah.
Come on, the fist drop.
He's got to be a Lawler fan.
Oh, my. Here comes
He's doing the
pile
pile driver. No, he's doing that. He's doing that thing where he
no
he
go
takes
down
his thighs.
pedigree.
He's doing like where he takes his that giant Andre the Giant thing where he puts his head between his thighs. That thing where he jumps up and just basically
He just jumps down.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know why it hurts.
Big back elbow there.
It's literally like he just got a best of Lawler.
He got some of Lawler's old tights. Took the crowns off of them. You still see the embroidery stitch, like holes. Did the elbow with the big ass elbow pad.
Karate pad. He's like, all right, we're going home now.
Oh, they rolled him up. Johnny Malibu's got him for like a 10 count.
You can clearly see. Let's go home, champ. Like, he fucking just
So maybe that's what he's mad about. Maybe he wasn't winning
He got
matches.
beat like every week. I'd be mad too.
Anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here? Hopefully there'll be a show next week. Is that what we're saying?
Why
Hopefully.
would there not be?
Well, if I'm dead.
Why are you dying?
Blood pressure.
Oh man,
We talked about
you're just
this,
gonna
remember?
Drink that much? Oh.
I haven't drank in a while. Like
Yeah,
I'm
no
almost
shit.
like I don't even miss it anymore. That's the thing. Is like
You're
no,
lying.
I swear.
You're bored as shit.
I swear.
You've been looking at that rope a little bit harder. Don't give me that shit.
If I lose a little bit more weight, I can go with the lower test pound weight.
I actually fucking successfully hang myself from the son of a bitch. I think it'd be fine.
This might happen. This really might happen.
I ain't got to worry about structural damage and my wife being out of pocket after I die.
She can sell
Isn't
this
that
house.
fucked up? That's the only reason you hadn't killed yourself? It's because you fear that you'll rip the goddamn joist out of the ceiling and cause your wife more trouble than what
I mean,
it's
it'll
worth?
break my neck, but she's gonna have somebody.
She's
to do
gonna have
some-
to get some man in
Re-
here and fucking
She ain't
redo
gonna be
the
able to
whole
sell this
goddamn
house like that. I mean, one thing for somebody to die in it, it's another thing
Rip the whole goddamn
to
roof
have
out.
structural damage.
I don't think insurance will cover that.
But no, we'll have a show next week. We won't physically be here next week. This is the first time we've had a week off in a while. Because we haven't recorded. I don't want
Filmed.
to say filmed.
We're
You
gonna
get-
film it.
We haven't recorded in advance in probably over a year. Like we've done week to week. Like when
I don't
you-
know about that. I think you're just generous with your assumptions.
Do you remember a time when we've had a week off?
Well, no, but I don't think you should just make that broad assumption. It's
I
like,
think
oh,
it's been about a year. I think it's been about a year. The last time I went to Florida, I think.
It was like 3 weeks ago.
No, last year. And I want to say then
You go to
I
Florida
was-
like 3 times a year.
I want to say then we just recorded 1 week.
You go with the seasons. You're like, whoa, it's fucking winter. I'm gonna go.
Well, hell, I'm back now, and I'm not happy about it. I'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess, motherfucker.
Florida, here I come again.
Here I go again on my own. It would be funny if it's like the blood pressure and the hurricane got him. It was the damnedest thing. Became a Category 4. He was just out there.
He was bound and determined to have a beach day.
He was just out there yelling at God, saying, "You go, is that the best you got?"
Like Lieutenant Dan. I'm gonna enjoy my vacation. God damn it!
Then he had a stroke. It was the blood pressure that got him. What was it, like the Mrs. Doubtfire? It was the drink that killed him. What, he had a drinking problem? Oh no, he was hit by a Molson truck.
Forgot about that.
They'll be like, yeah, he was out there in the hurricane. Oh, he died in the hurricane? No.
He had a hurricane.
He had a stroke.
And then he had a stroke. Oh my god.
Well,
let's hope not.
the show's over for
Let's
this
hope
week.
you can handle at least 2 or 3 hurricanes.
If we don't have an episode 207, maybe Josh can figure this shit out and tell you what happened to me.
I'll post a YouTube link for our next show. I can do that from my phone.
We want to go out and say a special sorry for all the victims we blamed on this show.
Yeah, I feel guilty.
Feel bad about that. But if you would like to write a complaining letter or would just like to talk to us in general or follow us on social media, Josh, how do they do that?
I was going to say, if you got a complaint, leave it at the front desk, bitch. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, we are at P3 Radio, the number 1. On Facebook, put in that search bar, Pop Poncho, Poncho. You'll see our photo. And if you look on the internets or whatever, Google number or whatever, you want to get with us the old school way, our phone number is 731-300-6675.
Well, that's going to do it for us for this week and hopefully not for forever.
Hopefully not.
For Josh Browder, this is Richard Mulligan saying thanks for listening and good night.